Hello everyone, Justin here for the Geek Review. Today, we're going to talk about Paddington. Now, I'll be the first to admit that it has been a very long while since I've read the books. And that's probably the case for many people who are going to see this movie. And the film kind of banks on that. You know, it's absolutely a nostalgia film. And, you don't really need to have read the books recently to enjoy the movie. You just have to know that there's a bear named Paddington, and he goes to London and has adventures. It's not, the movie isn't about accurately retelling the books. It's about introducing the character to a new generation. And the film did that very well. It absolutely has a lot of heart. And you can definitely tell that this was a labor of love. Albeit, it is still a kids' movie marketed towards kids. And knowing that, you do have to give it a little bit of leeway in terms of cliches. And this movie definitely has its fair share of cliches. Like Disney fairy tale level cliches. And those of you who study that kind of thing know exactly what I'm talking about. But, again, it's a kids' movie, so you have to kind of forgive it. There's, some cartoonish chain reactions. There's, obvious happy ending is obvious, and the villain, borders on the level of cartoonish supervillainy. Like, really, she didn't need to be there. But that's just me. But despite having, a fair share of obvious and overused cliches, the film actually does a few things that were not cliche. There are actually moments where I was surprised and actually delighted by what they did. And that's great because it's not, it wasn't typical or even stereotypical, and it didn't treat me like an idiot, which I always appreciate in a film. And, again, I don't believe in doing spoilers in these reviews, but yeah, it had very lighthearted moments. It had a few, sad moments, a few tense moments, but, all in all, it's just a genuinely good feeling movie. And that's how I walked away. I walked away, with a nice little warm feeling right there. As for the geek factor, well, it's a British film with British actors, which means I'll just leave it at that. Should you go see the movie? Yeah, if you have any memories of the books, or are a parent and want to introduce your kids to this book series, then yes, absolutely go see the movie. Again, just be aware that it is a kid's film, and it is marketed toward kids, so if that's not really your wheelhouse, then you may not get enjoyment out of this film. If you want to go see it for the British cast, by all means, they all give great performances. Again, it's a kid's movie, but for acting in a kid's movie and playing the characters that were written for them, they gave very good performances. Should you pay for it? Yes. Absolutely, this is a labor of love, and they put a lot of heart into the film, and it shows, and, they deserve credit for that. You don't have to see it in theaters, but, maybe rent it when it comes out, or give it a shot if it comes on TV or on demand. But it's worth checking out. It's definitely worth bringing your kids to. The crude humor is kept to a bare minimum, pun intended. And, there's not a lot of frightening or scary moments. There's no crude humor. It's just a nice, warm family movie. Final rating? Absolutely B+. I may not want to see it twice, but I definitely enjoyed myself seeing it, and the geek factor is definitely a plus. Until then, please like, share, subscribe. Always, always, please leave comments. I love talking about movies. And yes, I will see you at the next Geek Review.